All right, let's dive right in. What if I told you that the ground beneath your feet, the walls of your room, maybe even your own skin, weren't just lifeless matter? What if they were actually conscious? Today, we're exploring a pretty profound concept from Islamic scripture that suggests exactly that. So, let's start with a question that, seems to completely defy science. Can a rock feel fear of God? It sounds impossible, right? But it's actually at the very heart of the idea we're digging into. And the thing is, from a theological perspective, the answer is way more complex than just a simple no. It's a concept that could honestly reframe your entire relationship with the world around you. Okay, so where does this incredible idea even come from? Well, let's take a look at the scriptural foundation which describes these moments of direct communication between the Creator and, well, all of creation. Now, what's really fascinating about this is the active conversation it describes right at the dawn of time. God gives a command, and the heavens and the earth, which at that point were just smoke and matter, they respond. And they don't just obey, they actually say, "We have come willingly." This suggests a conscious, obedient submission from the very, very beginning. And here's another key moment. The source points to the day of judgment, a time when our own body parts, our very skin, will be given the power to speak and testify against us. Again, it's this form of consciousness that's enabled directly by God for a very specific purpose. So this is the crucial point. We have to define what consciousness really means here. It's not about self-awareness or thoughts or feelings like you and I have. In this context, it's defined as patah, a state of perfect built-in obedience and submission to the will of God. It's like a fundamental property of creation itself. Okay, so this brings up a really important question. If all this matter has this kind of obedient consciousness, who is it for? Is it for us? Let's see what the source says about this, because it's a critical distinction. Notice the really specific language here on this slide. Stones crumble and fall, but the reason given is for fear of Allah. The source makes a huge point of this. This consciousness, this fear, is directed exclusively toward God. Think of it as a vertical relationship between creation and the Creator, not a horizontal one between creation and us. This slide just captures that distinction perfectly. On one side, you have matter's consciousness for God. That's all about obedience, fear, praise, a constant state of submission. But then on the other side, you have its interaction with humans. And that's governed by the predictable laws of nature. It's not trying to talk to us. Its main role in our lives is something else entirely. So if matter isn't here to communicate with us, what is its job in our lives? Well, it turns out its role is absolutely vital and maybe a little bit sobering. And here it is. This is the key takeaway. Everything in your environment, the device you're watching this on right now, the chair you're in, the air you're breathing, is not an active participant in your life. It's a passive recorder. It's a silent witness to everything you do and say. A good way to think of it is like this. Our actions literally imprint upon the world around us, so matter acts like this huge distributed network of sensors, just passively recording our deeds. And all of that information is held as testimony, as evidence that will one day be presented to God. Now, getting this distinction right isn't just some interesting philosophical exercise. The source really stresses that understanding this is crucial for avoiding some really serious theological mistakes. Let's see why. This verse is highlighted to make a critical point. The connection between a person and God is direct. Indeed, I am near, the text says. There's no need for a middleman, no go-between, no messenger, and that absolutely includes the inanimate world. And here are the dangers, laid out plainly. If you start to believe that matter is conscious for you, it can lead to some huge errors, things like animism, or treating objects as intermediaries to God, asking a stone to carry your prayer, or believing a tree can solve your problems. That's a form of shirk, or polytheism, because it gives God's creation a role that belongs only to Him. So, the whole point of this knowledge isn't to make us see power in a rock or a river. It's to deepen our sense of awe for the Creator who has programmed the entire universe with this state of perfect submission. It's all about recognizing God's absolute power, not about empowering the creation. And we'll end with this, a pretty powerful thought to chew on. If you truly believed that the walls have ears, the ground has eyes, and every single particle of air is a witness, recording your every move for God, how would that change the way you act, especially when you think no one else is watching?